Namaste. Welcome back to Top Tarot Miners. My name is Sadhana, and this series is a continuation or a supplement of Top Tarot Trumps that was initiated this kick at the can by Masha, Musings by Masha. And so I decided that in between the Top Tarot Majors, I was going to feature Top Tarot minor arcana, and I've been working my way through the suit of wands, and today is all about the Queen of Wands. And I would like to read to you something very energetic and inspirational from the Little White Book from Margaret Peterson, which is the card that is featured in the center of the table. Mother of Flames. I am the flame born out of the flame. The fire has consumed all slag, and my heart is pure as gold. Rider of tigers, I am. I tear apart the patterns that restrict the spontaneous expression of my being. Lust dwells in my nerves and muscles. Wave-like rhythms carry me away, and I am the crimson red, mother of all colors. Barefoot, pounding sparks from the soil, I burn and transmute the food in my intestines. I change hate into love, envy and greed into compassion. I plant fresh greens into black lava soil. In the flaming river of eternal creation, I appear at highways and street crossings with a bowl full of blood and a necklace made of skulls. I am a comedienne. I love drama. I change my masks and my costumes, but I am always unveiled. The sun pours its golden light upon me and makes my body shine. Every day I renegotiate with the goddess of taboo. Those who nourish me, I grant lust and ecstasy. From the man of flames, I take what I need to be fulfilled. Oh, it's just so juicy and beautiful. Margaret Peterson Tarot, I did a deep dive with this deck some time ago, and if you are interested in diving into this amazing deck, please go back and check out the series on my channel. It was such a pleasure and a joy, and when I do a deck deep dive, it's quite different from many other tarot channels that call a single video a deck deep dive. My deep dives go on and sometimes can be 19, 20 videos long. So for me, a deck deep dive is a little different than a single video. Yeah. So this is Durga. Om Shri Durga. This is a little bit of Kali, and this is just the dynamic power of the feminine, unleashed and confident. And this is the one who is she or they are in a room, and they are like a magnet for others there who gather, and some stand back, maybe in a little bit of terror, but there's always this amazement and energy. And sometimes we can't explain the energy that we gain when we are with this kind of person who is around us. Welcome, Amelia. And it's, I felt a little reluctant to put this Pele card from Tarot of the Divine on the table this morning, because there was a Pele card that I used for the previous, either the Knight or the Page of Fire. And hello, welcome, Astrid. But I decided to put it out here. And this Hawaiian goddess of fire, I know that one day I will meet her embodied in a being on the big island. And I think it was Jonathan that shared a story of encountering Pele on Maui in at a market. And this energy is one of, much like I described, it changes really quickly. You know, it presents and then it disappears in a flash. And this archetypal fire mother energy is as equally inspirational as it is terrifying. And I think we need to learn to be inspired and navigate this fire, because the tendency with the divine feminine energy is to lean into the lunar qualities, but there is such grace and elegance when this energy is fully embraced. So yeah, I have my own issues with fire, and I thought it was one that I had completely integrated and embodied. I have a fire sun sign, a fire ascendant, always been comfortable, not always, but I was challenged as a child in front of a crowd as a leader, no problem. Love creativity. And then I was confronted by fire, because when I was doing my shamanic teacher training, we were in one of the directions we were sent or given in the space between our meetings. There was an assignment for a certain number of solo fires that we were to accomplish. And when you do a solo fire, there's certain rituals that happen and procedures, and you learn how to do the sacred fire rituals, but you practice them on your own in the wilderness. And this was during the summer when there was a fire ban, and so this needed to be done very discreetly next to a river, very small, and it was just terrifying to me to actually have to do this. And confronting fire, we all confront it in different ways, and I think this queen gets us to confront our fire. Welcome, Saskia. Namaste. Janine, hello to you as well. So this card, Mother of Wands from the Way Home Tarot, I have loved this card since the moment I unpeeled this deck. In the court cards in this deck, there's something really clever going on. This is my favorite because within her body you can see a shaman-like elder with wings almost. And the other piece here, this movement of the body. Fire moves, fire dances. And yes, this is a quality of water, but remember the element that is associated with all the queens is water. And so this movement in creativity it's so beautiful. This is the, I don't know, what is this? This is, you know, when you watch a dancer dance and you just get mesmerized by the flow of the body and the passion and sometimes the speed and the difficulty of the moves. Oh, I just love this court card. Astrid said, yeah, my favorite or something like that when you came in. She's a force to be reckoned with, but yet it is one that I hope we can all capture just a little bit. In the Numinous Tarot, I think this card reminds me of, when fire is lacking in a reading, right? There's an absence of fire, especially if there's too much water. One of the things we can do is to light candles, to be with fire, add spice to your food. And I think this queen reminds us that it's not that complicated. We go back to the creative project. We make candles. Do what you need to do. And this one has made, a really kind of simple, ceremony here to honor the fire within. Love the panther on the crop top and the big black candle. So the big black candle, this is the darkness of the feminine. So look for the water or the lunar within the fire goddess in your cards. That is one thing that I wish all deck creators did, was to contemplate, how can I capture the quality of water in all of the queens, because they all have it. And yet what the dominant element is their element. So I think it's done really well here with the black candle. This has always been one of my favorite cards. Sorry, I bumped my camera. Oops, and I just touched it and bumped it again. This is the Queen of Wands from the Urban Tarot by Robin Scott. They are sitting in front of a water feature. And she's a public defender, not a criminal attorney. She's not in private practice. And I think that really says something. Like it captures that lunar side of, not only do we see it in the water in the card, but the fact that she's a public defender, not in private practice, says something about her heart and her lunar qualities. So I think this is a really excellent example of the balance between fire and water, because we all know that not only do lawyers need to possess great swords skills, but there is a dynamic energy that is required to lead and take charge, and that confidence, that wildcat energy is absolutely necessary in a solicitor and a lawyer, attorney, whatever you call them in the country that you come from. It's funny that this occupation has so many different names in different parts of the world. And then I'm going to also use the King of Fire from this deck, the Herb Crafter Tarot. So here, the Madre of Fire is working with time. And while time adds quite a pungent flavor to food, there is a softness to this card. You'll see there's quite a bit of blue in this card. And I want to read to you as well from the Madre of Fire from the Herb Crafter Tarot. All of the Madres, so all of the mothers. And in this deck, we have the Adalitas, those are the equivalent of the knights, and the Hias, the daughters, and then the Curanderas are the kings. And I will show you the Curandera of Fire because it is my favorite card in the whole deck next time. But all of the mothers are community healers. So they're confident leaders. They creatively engage with the community. And the Madre of Time, the Madre of Fire, inspires others by living an artistic life. She teaches from her actions. She encourages collaboration, inviting everyone to play in her busy apothecary. She is upbeat and accepts life's paradoxes. She knows time is both a popular kitchen herb and a superb medicinal plant. She is driven by a rich imagination and finds magic in everything. Creativity is second nature to her, and her days are filled with inspired activities. And I think that is a great description of the Queen of Wands. Her days are filled with inspired activities, however that might present for you. Just like the remedies made with time, she is warm and wholehearted. She attracts people into her home and she radiates vitality and love. Embrace your inner glow. it warms the hearts of others. People like to be around warm people, and so never be afraid to let your fire show. All right, so my top 5 Queen of Wands cards. Oh, I didn't talk about Tarot of the She, which is also on the table. Super dynamic card. And I love the way that this is illustrated. The blues. So I see this she rising out of the water. So ooh. Yes, and I could read that again and again and again. I've read that passage so many times. It's powerful. That all of the court card descriptions in the Margaret Peterson Tarot are just beautiful. So this warrior queen rises from the water, and through her energy body, I don't know what you see rising here, but it's just potent. It's alive. It's alive, and she marries so beautifully the energy of water and fire. So she had to be on the table here today. Okay, all right. So my top 5 is pretty easy for me. This one, I think. So this one for sure. She's been a favorite for a long time. And Margaret Peterson and the Herb Crafter Tarot. And you know what? There are, like with the Page of Wands, there are quite a few. And what I tried to do today was not share any of the super sexy, seemingly one-dimensional Queen of Wands, because there's some really beautiful, sexy Queen of Wands who stand in their power, and they own their beauty and they own their sexuality. Yet I think we need to come at it through more of a rounded perspective, and that's why I didn't share any of those. I mean, she's super sexy, but yeah. Okay, so the Public Defender. All right, let's go with these 5 today. And if you have the Margaret Peterson Tarot, pull out that little white book. And it's one of those, it's a book that you can read, not even having the deck around. It's that good. It's that good. It's just full of inspiration. All right, here we go. So left to right, top 5 Queen of Wands are the Urban Tarot, Numinous Tarot, Herb Crafter, Margaret Peterson, and the Way Home Tarot. And you are talking about one of Emilia's favorite decks, Mythologica Phoenica. You've shared that so much, and so it's like you need certain decks you need to have in hand to get an impression of, and I should really put that on my wish list. Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much, and I will see you soon. Take good care. Namaste.